You guys ready to go? Ready to rock and roll? Showcase recap?
Yeah. TJ, by the way,
what's up?
The All Paul Holloway is on the card now.
What?
So the All Paul Holloway is on the card now.
I got to talk about Paul on my show.
Yeah.
Who signed this? Why do I got to talk about Paul on my show? What? What is going on, you guys and gals? You are listening to Cheap Talk Wrestling. I'm TJ Alvin, alongside with Brandon Carr, Dylan Srava, and from Showcase Pro Wrestling, Jay Hollywood. We are going to be talking about COVID combat this Saturday, only on YouTube. Gentlemen, what's going on?
What's up, TJ? How you doing?
TJ, what's going on? Excited to be here.
Another great week here at Cheap Talk Wrestling. Got a lot to go over this week. Just happy to be here.
Yeah, another cheap week, another cheap talk. Am I right? So this Saturday we have COVID combat. A lot of great matches on this card. A lot of great stories coming together. I just want to jump right into it. Right? Let's kind of jump into the big nasty dogs versus Aladdin Dean, the Pyramids of Power. It's weird to say that, and when I announce them too, it's funny. I can't do it without a smile on my face because it's so funny saying Aladdin and Aladdin Ding. It's fun. It's funny. Jay, why don't you break that down for us a little bit?
Yeah, so we have our number of ranked one competitors in the team of Pyramids of Power. They came into Showcase TV strong. They started off at 3-0. The rankings are big for them in the tag team division. We don't have a lot of tags in Showcase. They sit right at the top. They beat them in a non-title contest a few months ago and got a chance to become the number one contenders. And they recently just cashed that in for COVID combat. And then we have our number 2 ranked competitor team, the Showcase Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Big Nasty Dogs, as Buck Nasty and Big Dog Butler come into COVID combat to put these belts on the line. It's going to be a battle. 2 tough teams here. What do you guys think?
For me, I'm going to lean towards Pyramids of Power, considering that they're the number 1 ranked tag team and the momentum that they've been kind of carrying. I can 100% see them beating Big Nasty and claiming the SPW Tag Team Championships, just the momentum that they've, garnered, and considering that they beat them before, I mean, I think there's a really good chance that they can go ahead and beat them again.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Carr here. I'm going to go with the Pyramids of Power. I think getting a non-title victory over the tag champs, going to put a lot of doubt in the mind of the champions themselves. I mean, you got to be prepared to, you got to do more now. These guys already beat you. It's in your head. That's a big psychological advantage for the challengers here. So Pyramids of Power are going to be the new SPW Tag Team Champions.
I guess as the defending Cheap Talk Wrestling champion this week, I have to make my big prediction because I like I said last week, I'm going to go perfect. And I'm going to tell you right now, we are going to see new tag team champions. I can I'll agree with both of you on this. Reason behind it, like Carr brought up, they're on a hot streak. But here's the other thing too, is that on Showcase TV, we haven't seen them in a while. Last time we saw them, I believe it was Autumn Annihilation. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. On my history.
It's the last time we've seen them. Yes, we did. So
we're going back to close to October. We're in March. This show on YouTube is taking over their biggest show, March anniversary, because of the year-long pandemic. We're calling it COVID combat. But here's my thing. You have the Big Nasty Dogs with Buck Nasty and Big Dog Butler, who are 2 great singles competitors in a tag team spot, right? And they've been dominant as champions since March anniversary of last year, right? They've had this loss against the Pyramids of Power, but the Pyramids of Power also have like that connection, that real connection as a tag team. And I think we're going to see that more in this championship match. Here's the thing too, is that we're going to see, no matter what, this tag team in the Big Nasty Dogs do as much as they can to defend and to win that match. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be Aladdin, Nala Ding Ding, the Pyramids of Power. That is my prediction for that first match. Like I said to both of you and to Jay, I'm going perfect on this pay-per-view. I promise you that.
Wow,
That's
I mean,
a fact.
I mean, I would hate to not disagree with you guys, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. I think the big nasty dogs come in. We haven't seen them in a while as well, but you know, they're the big nasty dogs. They're the big dogs in Showcase TV. Their big advantage is big redemption on the side of them. The manager, he stands on the side, and he's gonna be a big factor in this contest as well. I have the champs on this, guys. Sorry.
Jay, you're just gonna lose some money on this one. All I know is I'm gonna be cashing in my chips at the casino. You're gonna be sitting over there being like, TJ, no, oh my goodness. I don't know. You know what? Hey, other things have happened on Showcase TV as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Other things have happened on Showcase TV. You know, between us are like our predictions and whatnot. But let's switch over to the single side of it. Right? We have this Saturday the return of Apocalypse. We haven't seen him. Last time we saw him, it was against Big Matt Thompson in that hard-hitting match that I was on the card for, and the highest ranking show on SP Wrestling TV and on the YouTube channel. I'm glad to be a part of that as well, and I was the opening contest for that. But enough about me. I highlight others. I showcase others. But Jay, break that down for us. What's your thoughts on the return of Apocalypse?
Yeah, we have Apocalypse. He sits at number 6 right now in our Showcase rankings. You know, he's 2-1-1. He went head to head with Big Matt Thompson. We'll get more into him a little later in the show. But, you know, he got suspended from Showcase and got disqualified in the tournament for the Road to the Gold in season 3. He hit our senior referee, Frank Rocha, with a chair straight across the back. And the front office wasn't too happy on that. So Apocalypse had to take a few weeks off, but he's coming back here, COVID combat, and his first open challenge, the Apocalypse Open Challenge. What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, considering that he's been out for a few weeks, I mean, I'm hoping that Apocalypse kind of took this time to, you know, reinvent himself, you know, shift his focus more so on climbing up the rankings. Right now he sits at 6. And I think, you know, hopefully for him, he was able to kind of just train, get his mind right. And now with him coming back, I think, you know, whoever the open challenger is going to end up being that faces him is going to have a tough challenge, considering he's had this much time to really, you know, like get his mind right and whatnot.
You know, I'm going to go in a little bit different direction. I've hoped he's embraced the hate. For those of us that watched WWE in 2011, embrace the hate. Live off that anger, feed off that anger. You know, yeah, you took out a referee. That's great. What are you going to do to the guy standing across the ring from you? And, you know, Apocalypse, take your time, take your suspension, but come back angrier. Run through Showcase. Get to the top. This is Road to the Gold. He's number 6 right now. Let's get to number 1. Let's go, Apocalypse.
Just stand across the ring from the guy. Like when I announce, I get worried. I don't know what's gonna happen. I get worried. Never mind Mr. Pickles. I gotta worry about Apocalypse. That's the big guy I gotta worry about. And with this open challenge, we don't know who we're gonna see come out, right, for this match. I feel
we could see you, TJ.
I think I have one job that night. I think it's the ring announce. Thank goodness. I'm suiting up. That's all I need to do that night.
Hey, you could take the challenge, get up in the rankings.
There you go.
As long as I'm sitting higher than Paul, that's
okay.
fine with me. As long as I'm sitting higher than him, I'm okay with that. With 1-0, but anyway, with Apocalypse, and I say with Paul as well. Use the loss as the motivation, right? For Apocalypse, you know for a fact he's going to use this as motivation against Big Matt, and now Big Matt is in a Sons of Liberty triple threat match this Saturday. That's what I'm saying, dude. He used that motivation. Dude, that motivation for seeing Big Matt in the like highlight picture in that title spot versus him, that's definite motivation. I hope we get to see that collision down the road. But I think it's going to be good. I think with Apocalypse coming back and especially ranked at number 6, it's going to be a whole nother story. And we're going to see a whole nother side of Apocalypse sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. We don't know who the challenger is going to be, but it could be anybody. You know what I mean? It could be somebody that makes their debut or somebody that is hungry to climb the rankings. We don't know. But Apocalypse, like we said, is the monster among men. So he has to step up and take, took his suspension and come back and be hungrier. I agree.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of being hungry, we have now just added to the card the All Paul Holloway going up against the premier Luis Leon, and they've met before at the beginning of the season. Jay, why don't you explain that a little more in that match?
Yeah, we had, in the beginning of the season, Paul comes off the loss to our guy here, the voice of Showcase TV, TJ Albin. And, we try to give him a chance against, our rising star here at Showcase, the premier, Luis Leon. Luis sits at number 5 right now. He's at a comfortable spot as he keeps working hard to get in these rankings. But we have Paul. He's 0-4 at Showcase TV. He's trying to do his thing. You know what I mean? He got his first victory, and now he's looking to keep going on. I mean, he has something to prove. Like he said, use the losing as motivation. And I think he's doing that. He sits at number 20 out of 21 ranked competitors here at Showcase TV. Guys, what do you think about this next count? Who is it? The young rising star, or is it the All Paul Holloway?
I don't think I can pick Paul. I mean, considering, obviously he did get the win his last match, but he's not had a great year. So I'm gonna end up taking Luis Leon here, the premier Luis Leon. I think with him kind of being that up and coming rising star, I think he has a lot of potential, and he's someone who can really make a name for himself, keep rising up the rankings. And I think with him versus Paul, obviously Paul has a lot to prove himself as well, but I'm looking forward to this match. But I'm going to lean Luis because, I think his potential is really high and he can end up going up the rankings a lot.
I think this is an interesting match. I mean, like we said, Paul was winless for a while, and like our guy TJ says, you got to use those losses as motivation. Picking up your first win, hopefully that can play just as much into motivation. And although Luis Leon has been on a hot streak and is quickly climbing up the rankings, I could see Paul pulling an upset here. And, don't want to count out my guy TJ, but I'm going to take the All Paul in this match. I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going to take the long shot.
Wow.
So we're hiring for Cheap Talk Wrestling starting next week. We're going to have a talent. We're going to have a talent show like the other trio, and we're going to find out who's going to fill that spot. But nothing against the All, right? I mean, I have a win against them, but in this contest, I can't see anything but Luis coming out on top. With Luis, he's a rising star. He's a fast rising star. He is the premier of Showcase Pro Wrestling. He's the future of Showcase Pro Wrestling. And that right there is a premier pick.
Yeah, I mean, me, I'm 50-50. I can't lean right, can't lean left. In my opinion, Paul has a lot to prove, but Luis has a lot to lose. Yes, he's the rising star. He's been doing good. But as you go up, there's only one way down. And I think right now he's on that verge. He took the loss in the tournament. Paul lost his first round in the tournament. He's hungry. I think he's going to make his run, and I have to agree with the All Paul Holloway. I'm sorry, TJ.
So now I hear Showcase is hiring as well for a new editor. The ad will be on Indeed and Facebook.
Yep.
With Chris Blackheart. So now we move on to the big triple threat match for the Sons of Liberty Championship. We had the road to the gold for weeks, and now we have come to the end where it's Mr. Pickles defending against Big Matt Thompson and Carlos Slavin. And I said that weird because I know for a fact I've always said it that way, and I know there's some footage out there for those who don't know. It took me 26 takes for me to say Carlos's name the first time I ever announced.
Yep.
Yeah.
About 26.
About 26. And I will get those up on the YouTube channel as well sooner or later because I don't know. It was the first time I ever announced, and I'm like, Slavin, and I'm like, and I'm just, but now I feel bad. I feel better now just getting that out there. It was holding on to me. It was. But
Oh, don't worry.
yeah,
It's gonna get. We're gonna put it up on YouTube very soon. Don't worry.
are we?
Yeah.
We better. I kind of want to watch that. I want everybody to watch that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's my misfortune, but yet it's funny. You
Yeah.
know, it's always like that. It's always funny.
Oh, it's
But,
a cheap pop. That's what we're about here at
yeah.
Cheap Talk Wrestling.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah, so,
27.
Well, back on the triple threat.
Yeah.
The triple threat wasn't ideal. We didn't have this planned. It was supposed to be a one-on-one. We had the tournament, the road to the gold, where we had a lottery ranking picks for the tournament, where we had some first round contests, semifinals, and finals. And our two finalists, Big Matt Thompson, Carlos Slavin, went one-on-one in our finals contest, and they both collapsed into our senior referee, Frank Rocha. He's always in the way. That's why he always gets hit.
There's a GoFundMe for Frank Rocha, set
Yeah,
up by
for
Paul
all his
Rocha,
injury.
for
Yep.
all of his injuries.
He got hit by the chair, and now he got hit by two guys. So he got up and he ruled it a no contest. No contest for those guys. So the boss comes out and the boss states there will be a triple threat, winner takes all contest for the Sons of Liberty Championship. But it was an easy road for Big Matt Thompson. He had the bye because Apocalypse got suspended. Then he had the flawless one, Nick Diamond. Nick was undefeated at that point, but he only fought a female at that time. He didn't have a big challenger. And Big Matt, beat him down easily, got the 1, 2, 3. And then you had Carlos Slavin, where he's been fighting, ups and downs in Showcase TV with our heavyweight title, with everybody in the locker room, with the boss. And this was a proving ground for him. And he got to the finals. And now, this weekend, he will have to go through not only Big Matt Thompson, will he have to go through the undefeated mysterious clown, Mr.Pickles. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to take Carlos. I think he's going to end up winning the championship. I can get behind a guy who's kind of like the underdog, and, not a lot of people will bet on him winning, but I could definitely see him in a triple threat match where, he doesn't have to necessarily pin a guy like Mr. Pickles, who's undefeated. He could pin Big Matt Thompson, and considering kind of like the easy road Big Matt Thompson is taken, I can't put too much faith into him. I could see a scenario where Carlos, he pins Big Matt Thompson, and Mr. Pickles doesn't technically lose the belt because he wasn't the one that got pinned. But I can definitely get behind a guy like Carlos, and I'm gonna ride with Carlos. I think this could be a huge opportunity for him, and I think he can definitely take it.
I'm gonna agree with Carr here. I'm gonna go with Carlos. Like you said, Jay, there was a lot of battling with even up at the SPW Heavyweight title, and he's had to claw his way through road to the gold to get where he is, and to have a no contest happen against Big Matt Thompson. It's got to be disheartening, and I think he's hungry, and he's definitely going to be looking to capture a title. And beating Mr. Pickles, as mysterious as he is, undefeated. Like Carr said, it's a triple threat. This is a three-way dance. First guy to be looking up at the lights, the guy on top of him, he's the champ. And so I think Slavin is going to be the new Sons of Liberty Championship Saturday night.
Big Matt Thompson. I'm going the big guy. I have to in this match. He's been too hot not to win this Saturday. With everything that he's been through with Apocalypse, and with everything that he's done in this tournament, having the easy road, as Jay puts it, there's no way he can't not win. There's no way he has to. That's just me. With Carlos, it's been rough for him. It's been rough, and I'm glad to see that he's in this situation in a championship situation because of Frank Rocha, which again, speedy recovery for Frank Rocha. We hope we get to see you Saturday night. Like I said, we have a GoFundMe. Go check out Frank Rocha's GoFundMe out there. Also, I think we're going to have a t-shirt. I know for a fact I'm making a t-shirt with all these injuries. He has so many, dude.
Yeah, we're going to do a t-shirt giveaway. Frank Rocha GoFundMe. If you leave a comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell button at SP Wrestling, only on YouTube every Saturday or Sunday night. We're gonna do the t-shirt giveaway. TJ, a great idea.
Frank is just, oh my god, that's why we have the GoFundMe. We have the GoFundMe open for him all the time. It's not just like, okay, on again, off again basis. It's a continuation for the last couple of years with Frank.
He's always in the wrong place at the wrong time. Frank
wrong
Rocha.
Place, wrong time.
Whoever's listening, just donate money to this poor guy.
But we gotta love him. He is our senior referee here at Showcase, and
former commissioner.
But a little bit back on the match, you guys, take Carlos Slavin, the underdog. You take Big Matt Thompson, but I'm gonna have to disagree once again. You cannot count out the monster, the mysterious, the undefeated, the second-ranked competitor here on Showcase TV, Mr.Pickles. As much, he has a disadvantage. He doesn't have to get pinned to lose the belt, but at the same time, he is the man. He has been dominant here on Showcase TV, and my pick is Mr.Pickles. The Hollywood pick tunes in is the mysterious clown, Mr.Pickles.
Oh boy, we might have to add. You know what, Jay? No, I'm going to add you this championship. This championship defense. If you win, I will hand you the title personally on Showcase TV.
Yes,
I'll hand it to you, and you can do whatever you want with it. As I know, I said daily go guys, but Jay, you're a good man. You're a good man, big kid. You're a good man. Shout out to Nate Olshan. On that one. All right, so final match, the main event of this card is Vega, the reigning, defending, longest champion right now, currently on Showcase TV. Vega taking on the diabolical Scott Leduer. Jay, this story is very what's the word? Mysterious, as Mr. Pickles is, but it's more mysterious to see Annabelle's new side. The longest time I've been in Showcase, I've never heard Annabelle as vocal as she is currently. Can you break that down for our cheap viewers?
Yeah, so we're all on the same boat here. We haven't seen Annabelle do anything. She just comes out with the Brother Moons, Scott Leduer, or Chris Matrix. She comes out, she sits, and you just don't see her do anything. Recently, we seen her we didn't see her walk, but she appeared to walk. She was standing in front of our ring, and recently, just last weekend, we heard her talk for the first time. Scott Leduer gets the 1-2-3 against Luis Leon. With the lights turning off, you don't know what's going on. Then you hear the voice, and Scott Leduer gets the 1-2-3, and now interrupting the champ. Our champ's been the heavyweight champ for over a year here on Showcase TV, and he's celebrating, and the lights turn off again, and right away you hear her voice. So this matchup here wasn't ideal. The Showcase Pro Wrestling heavyweight champ Vega had the night off, but now has a match against Scott Leduer. He accepts the challenge of Scott Leduer and Annabelle, and we don't know what type of match is going to be. We've seen his promo. He's saying it's not going to be in a ring. It's going to be in his home, his turf, and I wonder where that is. I don't know where that is.
Yeah, Scott's a weird character for those who haven't watched Showcase.
Yeah,
Scott
he's
is
a
a
diabolical guy.
Very different guy. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't describe it, but guys, your picks.
Yeah, obviously, Vega, he's been a fantastic champion and whatnot, but when you get into a situation like this where Scott, it's kind of on his terms, it's on his turf, and then you have to worry about Annabelle, is that going to be too much for the champ to overcome? That's a real question for me at least. Obviously, I think Vega's been fantastic as a champion, but I don't know if this is going to be, a situation where he can overcome this because of what Annabelle, can do with her powers, and, with Scott, it being on his turf and whatever type of match it is, it's a lot to overcome for me. So I'm going to take Scott Leduer to win. I think, this could be a potential upset, and I think there's just a lot of factors that favor Scott Leduer in this match that, doesn't favor Vega.
This is a tough one for me. I mean, you got to look at the fact Vega has been champ over a year, up there longest reign for the heavyweight title for Showcase. But the element, like Carr said, it's not in a ring. And, as Jay said as well, what does that mean? How is this going to get defended? What factor is Annabelle going to play? And, what can Scott bring to the table in this match? And I think it's hard to be 100% certain in Vega. If it was just a one-on-one match in the ring and there was no chance Annabelle was going to get involved, Don Vega 100%. But I just think there's too many factors. I'm going to go with the challenger Scott there, just because of the X factor there.
Sitting ringside for a lot of Scott's matches, and not only that, the champs matches as well. They both find their ways of winning. But more recent, we've seen the champ come out every single time on top, finding different ways. Going into example being with Bobby Ocean at Autumn Annihilation. All he had to do is hide that little thing that he carries around with him that cut open Carlos.
Little spike. Yep.
That little spike. Thank you very much for correcting me on that. But you see him carrying that little spike and using that little spike to his advantage, just hiding it in the tights. Match gets reversed. Bobby Ocean was the original champ. Well, not the original champ, but the quote new champion for a little bit. But things got reversed thanks to Frank Rocha. But Vega's still champ, no matter what. For him to still be champion now and to look back at his year as champion, he's always found a way. I can't see Vega going into this match not finding a way to win. For him, there's always a way. There's always a second way of winning the match. He is a veteran, as I call him on the Showcase recaps, or as I call, like, anytime I talk about him, he always finds a way to get his wins as a veteran. And that's just the beauty of the way he's crafted this wrestling industry around him. He knows how to figure out different solutions, scenarios, and just get on top. And Vega is going to walk out as champion that night.
I agree with you, TJ. He's been the champ for a year here on Showcase. But like you said, he's a veteran. He's been a champ for many companies, for many productions, many big times all over the country. He's a winner, and that's his biggest thing. He's a winner. He will find a way. He will find a will. In a ring, out of a ring, he will find a way. And I have to pick Vega as well. Scott, he has the advantage. Yes, he has the home court advantage right now. But, being the champion, he shouldn't be the underdog. But in this moment, he is the underdog, and I always stick with the underdog, so I stick with Vega.
And there you have it. We have our predictions for COVID combat. Gentlemen, I wish you nothing but luck this Saturday. I know I will be at ringside watching all this. Jay, you will be with me as well.
Yes, sir.
At ringside. You two, I know for a fact you will be watching, because no matter what happens, I will be delivering the title that night to whoever. I will have a camera with me. If you guys win, I'll come right to. If I have to drive up to Boston to give it to you, Carr, I will drive up to Boston on Saturday night.
All right.
Dylan, if I have to walk to your house in Somerset, I might deliver it Sunday. But
hey man, I'll be out on my porch Saturday night waiting for my belt.
that
CTW belt's coming to me, man. I'm feeling it. You got me on the first one.
Jay, I'll be bringing it with me on Saturday. So
I'll just take it right off your hands that night. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, just take it right off my hands. Gentlemen, I wish you luck. So there you guys have it. COVID combat covered by Cheap Talk Wrestling. Thank you, Showcase Pro Wrestling, for giving Cheap Talk the opportunity to recap one of the biggest shows of the year for you guys. I'm excited for this weekend. I will be at ringside for this weekend. And I'll be alongside with Jay. Jay, thank you again for coming on with us. Like I said, I'll bring the belt with me. Who knows? But I promise you, I will walk out perfect. But for now, I must bid everyone adieu. So, on behalf of Dylan Saraiva, on behalf of Brandon Carr, thank you for listening to Cheap Talk Wrestling. Make sure you follow us on all forms of social media at Cheap Wrestling. Make sure you have that notification button on. Make sure you have us on all forms of social media. Again, like I said, at Cheap Wrestling. I'm going to keep saying it, at Cheap Wrestling. At Cheap Wrestling. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're listening. We love talking to you guys. We love doing this for you guys. So thank you again for listening, and we will see you guys next week. And again, keep it cheap.